Hello viewers, here is actually quite a rare telephone. This is a Uniden EXS2010, 900 MHz, digital or digitan spread spectrum, cordless telephone. Unfortunately, it's one of the nose screen models, but this is also supposedly new in the box. It at least comes with the box. And seems like they just packed it in this mailer. At least it's multi-layered, but hopefully everything is in good condition in here. Although this is kind of hard to open it this way. But to be honest, I'm really excited for this telephone because this is the first 900 MHz DSS phone I've ever been able to get my hands on. And this was kind of expensive. It was just over $30, but I think if it really is new in box, that was definitely worth it. And even if not, hopefully this is going to be pretty much my longest range cordless phone. So I would say it would probably be worth it. And plus, I've never even seen this model before, I don't believe. Alright, that box looks really good. It's got the late 90s to I think the early 2000s. I'm not sure when they discontinued this theme, but it's got the printing design that my analog 900 MHz EXP7900 has. Nope, didn't get it open quite wide enough. Okay, so it is kind of dented on the side, but I don't believe it looked totally flawless in the pictures either. So there it is. Wow. So yeah, the box is a little bit damaged, but oh, and it's also kind of bulging out at the top like that, which is weird. But hopefully that means that there's good packaging in here. Oh yes, I see papers. Okay. Whoops. There we go. Got some important safety instructions. We've got a quick start guide. And it's still got the older purple colors. That's nice. This thing looks really good. And there's actually a ringer volume switch on the bottom. Alright. So hopefully the manual itself is in here. Yep. And we've got two different memory number cards. And here is the manual itself, which has an extra folding page. It's a little bit dusty, but I'm not even going to wipe this off with water or anything. That would be really dumb. I have had to clean papers with alcohol before, but I would never use water on these kinds of things, especially the old ones, like I do for the electronics themselves. And it actually does come with the wall mount bracket too, which is really useful. And here is the base, which comes double wrapped. And there it is. Yes, this is definitely new in the box, never used. There's the wall mounting hook tab. And the page find button. And this is actually, I guess you might call this like a charcoal color. I would say this is almost like the navy blue Panasonic phone I recently got, the KX-TG2343. Or KX-TG2343F. Sorry about that. Anyway, this is not quite black, which is honestly pretty cool. It's a nice color. And next in here we've got the handset. I'm assuming is in here. It's a pretty tight fit in here, but there it is. Okay. That looks really good. Still got the old sticker on there. Hopefully the foam has not deteriorated. And it has not. This is made from a totally different type of material. It's not even sticky at all. And the buttons are actually rubber buttons, which is honestly not the best for a cordless phone like this or a handset. But it is nice because of the backlight, and I'm assuming this one would light up too, the talk button, which is actually unfortunately quite rare to see, especially on older phones like this. But it's really good that this is actually on here. And it has a headset jack. Rubber feels like it's in good condition. And it looks like it can hold a belt clip. So hopefully that's in here. And of course there's the sticker, which since it's in perfect condition, I'm probably just going to leave the sticker on for now. Not even going to bother trying to take it off. There is still some stuff in here. I'm trying to let it make its way to the opening of the box. There we go. Alright, so that's this. Oh, there actually is something else in here. Glad I checked. Okay. I may have to see about getting a testing battery in here. Yep, here we go. There is the battery and belt clip. It's the classic BT905, and it's manufactured by the GPI. So, if this one works perfectly now, since it's been unused and it's the nickel cadmium, then chances are it will continue working for a long time, which is great because even though this is a very easy battery to buy, it's just really cool to still be able to use one of these batteries. According to the date code of 0001, this would appear to have been made in, I think it's January of 2001. I mean, January of 2000, jeez. It was either January of 2000 or I don't know. I guess this could have been within the first week of 2001, but now that I think about it, it would be really unusual for them to abbreviate any kind of month or date or week by using just zeros. So I think it's pretty safe to assume this was made in January 2000, or possibly the first week of 2000. No corrosion. Everything looks good. And there is the belt clip. I'll go ahead and put that on here. Okay. And the battery has been plugged in. That's got quite a lot of foam cushioning in there. There's no way the battery can rattle around. And hardly any way I can even get it back on. There we go. So this is a really sturdy and solid phone. And of course it's blurry, even though I tried to get it to focus. Anyway, this phone, this is really solid. And the antenna, of course, is not flexible, except for a tiny bit now. Base antenna feels like it may have been made with just regular plastic. So that's good, at least. And here's the adapter. And this is the classic AD310, which outputs the DC, the 9 volts at the 210 the milliamps with the center the positive. And lastly, there's this cord, which there's a chance that this kind of cord is sticky, although it feels like it is not. Twist tie looks kind of weird on there, but yeah, this cord is not sticky at all. Alright. So now I'm just going to pack everything back away that's packaging, and plug this in and let it charge up. And actually, I think it might be nice to go ahead and record the first time that this phone was ever plugged in. So that's just a power light, which is kind of an odd light to have, but there it is. And then there's a status light. So now I'll go ahead and put this on the charger. And it reset the security code. Uh-oh, I think the contacts might need to be cleaned. And the battery light's flashing, so it appears to be taking a charge. Yep, I think it's just the contacts that need to be cleaned. Oh yeah, try reversing it. Yeah. Oh yeah, I can see some cloudiness on there. Okay. First, let me just make sure this is switched to tone mode, which it is, and the ringer is on, which it is. And I'm going to grab some alcohol and rub off these contacts. Don't need very much paper towel for this, especially since I hardly have any alcohol left in this bottle. Okay. Since these don't appear to be dirty, but they could be, I'll just start with them. And then these are visibly dirty. So that didn't help all the way, but I'm thinking the main surface that it would be connecting with has been helped at least somewhat. So let's try it now. Yep, that did the trick. Okay, so at this point it's been charging for long enough that if it's going to work, it should be working now. So, let's take a look. And there it goes. That is fantastic. Let me go ahead and plug in the testing phone line, which is actually currently plugged into another phone. It's kind of funny. Okay. So, I read the manual. Apparently this phone is basically just like a slightly more advanced, at least in terms of the operation, version of my beloved EXP7900. So this is really a cool phone. Let's see what kinds of ringers it has. Oh, nope. There's a dedicated ringer button. I didn't even see that. Alright. So it has the regular, classic flicker and clatter ringers. That's what I like. Now let's see about memory. We'll add in the testing phone number. And since this is plugged into the testing phone line, which goes through my PBX, I'm going to add in a pause. It's kind of interesting. There are like these buttons that could technically be combined with others to provide the same functionality. 3 of them down here. And now I can't even remember what I was trying to program. Okay. And that gets quite loud. So let's go ahead and dial using that new memory. Okay, there we go.
057672676 is not in service. If you feel you have reached this recording in error,
That has really good sound quality.
2676 is not in service. If you feel you have reached this recording in error, please check the number and try your call again. Thank you. The number you have reached.
Okay. And in case you're wondering why it's flashing, it's not actually because it has a low battery, it's because I pressed the mute button, which is another really cool feature that this phone has. And here's flash, which I think used to work properly on this PBX. Maybe I changed the setting. Anyway, I'll do redial. Alright, and that's working. Now let's just change the channel once the voice comes on. If it will ever come on. Nope. And this will at least give us sound to listen to, so Okay. And that is the channel changing feature. So now, I'm going to call up the testing answering machine and record some messages from this phone. The phone ran out of battery when I was trying to record the first message, so I'll just play the second one.
2. Okay, this is the second testing message from my new Uniden EXS2010, because in the first message, the battery ran out of charge. And this is, like I already said, a 900 megahertz digital spread spectrum cordless telephone. And hopefully, it has good pickup. I'm now going to move the phone away from my face. It's now about 6 inches away. I don't expect this to be anything like a speakerphone, but it would be interesting to know. So now I'm holding it at about arm's length and speaking at the same volume. And the machine has not cut me off yet, so I'm assuming it at least still picked up something. And here's the channel change sound. And here it is again. And one last time. And now I will hang up the phone into the base. Tuesday, 5:57 p.m. End of messages.
Alright, so that had pretty good pickup. The sound was nice and clear, and while it was not overly loud, I would say it was pretty good and definitely one of my better sounding phones. Okay, now I will give it a quick testing call. Okay, and there it is. Getting a little bit of feedback, but as you can hear, it sounds really good. Yep, I realized I had neglected to initially call this phone up. Usually I like to start with that. And I just love hearing these old phones ring like that, so I made sure to record that clip eventually. So that will be it for this initial checkout of the Uniden 900 MHz digital spread spectrum model EXS2010 cordless telephone from January of 2000. Thank you for watching.